Team WUNAX. Joe, Dietrich.
How's it going, guys? For this video, I'm going to be breaking down every deck that I played throughout the 2022 season. It was kind of a fun little project that I decided to do, something be able to look back on and see how the format has changed over the years. So I have a few decks, not every deck, but like most of the decks that I did like somewhat decent with, pulled up here, and then I also have not really like a tournament report, but just like my record. And my final standing for every event that I played in. So obviously starting it off, January was the YCS that I won. I played Invoked, and it's a deck I've been playing forever. Pretty like standard-ish main deck. I was maining Droll because I respected the Tri-Brigade Luralist deck a lot. I thought the deck was probably the best deck. That's also why I was playing 2 Invocation, because they were able to search Crow, and I thought Crow was pretty strong. So if you like get crowed on your invocation, then you have no way to continue to play unless you have a second one in your deck. So I decided to do that there. For the side, Shuttle Fusion was the best card in my side. The card is ridiculous. It breaks the Sword Soul board wide open kind of by itself. You get so much advantage off of it. So yeah, really powerful cards there. Anything else like really crazy? Not really. Cosmic and Reboot for Order because that card was still legal, and TCB was a really good card too. It should have been in my main deck. So yeah, I went 9-1-1 in Swiss, and then I won out obviously in Top Cut. For next one, this is like maybe 3 weeks after that YCS. This is the YCS that was supposed to be YCS Pasadena. It ended up being online, but it still had over 2,000 players. This is the one that Kamal won with Luralist Tri-Brigade. But I again played Invoked. Some key differences: I played 3 Nib in the main instead of the side, so I switched the Rolls and the Nibs because I decided to respect the bird deck a little bit less. As you can see, I'm playing the 1 Invocation too, and I'm playing Mine. Mine was super strong for me. It also should have been in my deck for the first place list, but I don't know, I guess didn't think it was that strong at the time. And then I decided to main back TCB, so that card was ridiculous for me as well. It's like really strong because it like not only is like game going first, but like it applies a decent amount of pressure if you draw going second against like Sword or Bird or something like that as well. Side's pretty much the same except for Token Collector. This card is ridiculous. I really like didn't understand at the time how good it was in my deck specifically, because you can normal summon it and make Secure and All Mirage with it to make your Maximus or like Nadir live, which is really strong. On top of that, obviously it's a free material to make Verte with, so yeah, card was ridiculous. And then in that event, I went 9-3. This was weird, right? Because we were told at the beginning that it was just going to be 11 rounds. So it's like, okay, cool. I finished my 11th round, and I was 9-2, and I was like, nice, I topped, whatever. And then they told us, yeah, we're playing another round because like they got it messed up, given that like so many people like dropped the first couple rounds or something, but we still had like 1,700 people, so it was very confusing. Anyways, I was like, okay, I'll play another round, and I lost, so I was X3, and then I bubbled off there since they changed it from top 32 to top 64, or I'm sorry, from top 64 to top 32. So there was no chance of X3s making it. So that was unfortunate. And then the judge staff, like a couple days later, were like, hey, we made an error. Sorry. Well, like, here's the mat, I guess. So they gave out the mat to the top 64 players, which is cool. You know, the mat is nice, I guess, but I'd much rather would have played in Top Cut, so yeah. First non-invoked deck, we have the Prank Kid deck. I played a 60-card variant of this at the Indie Regional, which was 10 rounds, and I went 9-1 there. And then I took it to PBG Kentucky, which was like the biggest PBG that ever had, and I went 10-0 in Swiss. And then I lost in top 4 to Plunder Patrol, which is an interesting deck. So yeah, the 60-card variant is a little different. I was playing like Imperm in the main, I was playing Small World, I was playing more Veilers. And it was like still super strong, but we decided that like the 50-card variant was like a little better. I played a 45-card variant for the YCS in Guadalajara. And that was definitely a mistake. This card that I decided to cut was the Souls and Illusion. I think I cut like a Talents maybe. But that was a huge mistake. Souls was extremely strong for me, and I should have decided to keep playing it. But for like YCS Guadalajara, I went 8-3, yeah, 8-3, and I lost to someone from New York, which was really interesting. The last round of Swiss, he was playing Despia, and game 3, he's going first, and he goes like Brand of Fusion. I was like Ash, and he's like Gamma, and I was like, ah, yeah, fair enough. So we got like a lot of advantage off that, and I just couldn't come back from there. It wasn't like a super favorable matchup either for Brain-Kids. I have like a difficult time dealing with like Mirror Jade and Chimera and stuff like that. In terms of this list, like nothing super special. Set rotation was neat because you'd like give them Mystic Mine and then you'd like Draco back bounce into your hand, so that was kind of cool. Secret Village was a really nice card because instead of making Verte or something like that against the Despia deck, you just make Dark, and Dark is 1850, so they can't attack over it with a Luber. Like the only out is like Fallen of Albaz or something like that. So yeah, really cool combo. I liked that card a lot. Moving on to Sword Soul, this was YCS Hartford. Walter Jewell helped me a lot with this list. Yeah, nothing like super crazy. This is pretty standard. I guess the only difference is like I wasn't playing Circle, and there should have been Circle in my deck. I should have played like 2 and 2, and maybe cut like an Adhara maybe, or an Ecclesia. But yeah, this was like Despia and Sword Soul format, where like cards like D-Berry were super prevalent. I guess the super unique thing about my deck is like I was playing Mine, and Mine was like ridiculous for me. Everyone, like game 3 against Despia would like side out all their outs, and I just mined them and they couldn't win, so it was super strong, and I'm happy that card's gone. I guess changes I would have made, obviously the Circle like I talked about. I probably would have played Lina as well since I sided Nibiru. I don't think I need 3 Monk. But yeah, in that event, I started off 8-1, and then I lost 2 in a row to not make top cut. So I went 8-3, which was unfortunate. I lost to Poe, the winner of the YCS eventually, and then I also lost to, I don't remember his name, but someone playing the Scythe deck. I didn't try any hand traps, so I was like, oh, fair enough. And then game 2, I just like misplayed, didn't open very well, and it was just kind of a mess. So yeah, I don't know. It was really fun. I had a great time, in day 1 at least, so. Moving on, this is a tier punk deck that I won the Iowa regional with. This deck was really ignorant. You played all the, like, I mean, if you even look down here, you play all the banned cards. Like, so many cards are hit now. It's crazy that these cards were all legal together at the same time. I played a very similar list to Luca, who topped in, I think it was June maybe, for Euros. But yeah, I went 8-0 in that event, I'm pretty sure, and nothing like super crazy here. Obviously this deck like became a lot more evolved with like Dom Couch and like Pax list, where they played like Sprite cards, and I played like Shinobi Necro and stuff like that. Those cards are really strong, but they weren't really known at the time that they were like as good as they are. But yeah, this was like the ignorant combo where you would like set Eradicator from your deck and like Eradicator them turn 1 and do all that crazy stuff. Next up we got another tier deck. I got like 3rd place something at an Iowa regional. I went 7-1, and this was like one of the most unique decks I think I played. Raphael Nevin gave me this list, and it was really fun. Like the Scareclaw cards are super strong. The field spell is ridiculous. What it says is like if there are 3 or more defense based monsters in the field, you can destroy a card on the field. So like I was able to out like skill drain and some other floodgates with it throughout the event. People just like never really respected it. And obviously like Visa Starfrost and stuff like that makes it so you can like access Baron super easily. And then like my favorite play was like your kit would get like impermed, and then you'd go like Starfrost, destroy it to summon Starfrost, and then you get the mill effect. So really powerful. This was like maybe the strongest like combo deck I played all year, I think. And lastly, we have Runic Sprite. Pack and I played the exact same list for YCS Minneapolis. I ended up losing the first round of day 2. Yeah, first round of day 2. And I went 7-3 and dropped. Yeah, it was a cool deck. I had never played a single runic card before, and I had submitted the list the day before, so I was very nervous in terms of like misplaying and stuff like that. But I think I played fine. I can like remember a couple instances where I messed up, but overall the deck was like pretty good for me. Evenly was ridiculous. I remember like entering battle phase against my opponent's like huge board, and I go like freezing chain, negate the griffin, flashing fire, like pop something else, and then he has no more negates, and I just evenly him, and he has the adventure token on the board, so he has to keep that, and everything else gets banished. I just went from there, so that was super strong. But yeah, this is really similar to Joshua Smith's list as well, playing like the mannequin cat stuff, and that stuff was really strong for me. Eradicator, that was the card I lost to. My opponent goes like standby phase, Eradicator me, and I like chain a spell, and he chains crime, and I'm like, yeah, nothing I can do, so I lost my whole hand, which was pretty unfortunate, but good that cards like Eradicator are less accessible now that Curious is gone. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching my little recap. If you have any questions about any lists or my tournament results, feel free to message me on Twitter or Facebook, or comment down below. Thank you so much for watching.